Hi, everybody.
Hello, hello.
Welcome, welcome. I'm so glad to be here today. I've been threatening these two that we needed to do this, and I finally got my poop together and made it so. So, welcome, welcome to Hershe, the Shadow Reader, and to our friend Thomas at Tarot Your Way. And if you might see his kitty cat Andy at some point because the kitty cat, I think the kitty cat likes to be on camera, don't you, Thomas?
She definitely does.
Hiding behind the screen right now. Then that's
Uh-uh.
where it's warm.
Uh-huh. So yes, so today we're going to do some shadow reads. I'm just going to tell you what decks that I'm using, and if you guys want to do the same thing, you can. Um, I have the Dark Magic deck. I think we talked about that one, didn't we, Hershey?
hmm
Yeah, the Oracle deck.
hmm
And I have this one I just got called Earthbone.
Oh, that's the one I was telling you about when I was telling you I wanted that Earth, but I couldn't remember the name.
Oh, okay.
That's the one I was talking about.
All right. I just got this one yesterday. It came in the mail
Oh
finally.
my
I
God,
think
I
I
can't wait.
ordered it a while ago. Yeah. So, okay. So, what are you going to be using, Hershey?
Well, at this exact moment, I have my Dark Magic deck, just like you do. But then
Uh-huh.
I have my Ravenous deck ready on if I need anything more than what the deck is giving today.
I get it. Yep. Yep. Oh, Early Ritual says, I'm only here for the kitty cat. I love it. All right.
Tom, of course.
I'm going to say hi to everybody, but Thomas, what are you going to be using as decks today?
I'm going to be using the Dark Magic deck as well.
Okay.
I don't have the deck physically, but I got the wording and made one on blank cardstock.
Okay. Excellent. All right. I got to turn down this phone. I don't need that on. All right. Yes, yes. First, let me explain. There was someone that wanted to know what a shadow reading is. And I'll jump in and say something, but if you want to add to it, you two, please do. Um, all of us have a shadow side, or I wouldn't even say necessarily it's a dark side. It might be a side we're not too proud of or comfortable about. But it is how balanced we are with both the regular side and the shadow side of ourselves. Hershey, any other?
I'm not gonna be able to top much more than that because you absolutely
Okay,
hit it dead smack on the nose with
okay,
its balance.
okay.
Everybody has trauma in their life, and
Uh-huh.
as a root worker, I dive into those traumas with people. When I'm shadow reading on anyone, I'm always reading to their subconscious, never their present conscious
Uh-huh.
situation. That actually I don't really like to help people with. I don't know how. That's life. I mean, it's a part of it. We have to do those things. But when
Right.
it comes to the subconscious, that's all I ever read to, and that's what I connect
Oh,
with.
yeah. Awesome. Oh, you're welcome, American Mutt. You're welcome. I mean, it's very important that people understand what it is so that they feel comfortable with asking. And so I want to say hello to everybody. Tarot Stash is here. Gerald, who says you are very resourceful, Thomas. Christine Fryer is here. Lottie's here. Mousie's here. All right.
Hello, hello.
Um, Annie Bear is here. Nice to see you, dear. Mary Thornberry. Oh, she's excited that Hershey is on. I never seem to be able to catch her live. Woohoo! All right, there you go. Yeah. Um, let's see. No, we're never alone. All of us have this side, and sometimes we just don't know we do, or we don't. Even
Absolutely.
Hershey has said, "Can you tell me where my gaps are? What I need to
Absolutely.
know?" Yeah,
Absolutely.
yeah,
My blind spots.
that's right. Rossi's here, early ritual, and thank you, dear. Froxy Roxy, thank you. I hope you're having a good day. Michelle Krantz and Lisa Niedermeyer, Sonia Pinola,
Here, we'll
This
just leave my name
American
up
Mutt,
there.
a light worker, Viviani. All right.
Hello,
Uh,
everybody.
wow. Coyote
Oh, all kinds of
Rosenwald.
beautiful gems.
Wow. Queen Ager Sin, early ritual. Oh, I already said you, didn't I? I'm sorry. Well, you got it twice. All right. So I am going to say, okay, I'll put it up here. That's 12 readings. We've got an hour. So we're going to have to get right on it.
Absolutely.
All right. You're a Gemini, so you always have a shadow. Well, so is Hershe. She's a Gemini.
Just like Twin walks in the limbo every second, just like I walk in this realm every second. Absolutely.
My husband's a Gemini, so I
born that way. We are definitely a different zodiac.
So I'm guessing 3 cards. Is that enough for you two?
Sure.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. Alrighty then. That was easy.
All right. So you want to go? You can go.
Oh. Oh, I got a runaway card. Oh no.
Oh, a runaway.
No, no.
That's the card that doesn't want to show their shadow.
Now I gotta get back up. Okay.
Don't fall on the floor, girl.
Oh my gosh. Like blood flow back to the head and everything. Okay. Woo. Oh, wow. This is Annie Bear? Oh my God. So wow, this doesn't actually happen a lot for me. So Annie Bear, there is something that you are naturally about to experience a new chapter, change, and birth into. So it doesn't sound good to say that you might have a possible small tower headed your way, but what I'm telling you is what's coming out on the other side is going to be wonderful. You got born every day is a brand new opportunity, so you get to try to do something all over again, no matter how many times you fail, just like Einstein and all the rest of the amazing geniuses. They didn't actually fail. They just found the ways that didn't work. So remember that as you go into this new growth that you are taking in, because you are going to shine once you come through and you get to the other side. So your shadow is wonderful. Keep doing what you're doing.
Oh, that's awesome news, Annie. We knew that though, didn't we?
Yeah, that's why I was like, wait, this isn't okay. This isn't anyway.
Go ahead, Thomas. You can go.
Not at all for your shadow, Annie Bear. First card is Sonnet. Express your creative heart. And you show us that every time that you read your poetry or we see your artwork. The next card is Familiar. Bond with your spirit animal, which we all know that you're connected to the Native American ways. And dragonflies. There is a deeper meaning. So I don't think your familiar is a dragonfly, but I think your familiar is all of nature when you're out there gathering your inspiration.
Wonderful. Wow. Hello to everybody who's come in. We're doing shadow readings today. We do have a full plate, but please stay and you can maybe ascertain some of the information that we give as well. Transformation. Yes, Annie. Yes. So I get here, let go and lighten your load. Sometimes we get a little overwhelmed, but I don't think that, it's that difficult to do. The next one I get is time. It is your time. All of your planning and making decisions and taking risks, it's time for all of those things. And you're doing that right now because every time I talk to you, there's always something new coming in for you. And so you're very attuned to it, especially outside. Finally, I get the owl, wisdom, independent thinking, and enlightenment. So you are, you might have the dragonfly as well as the owl that like to tag along with you as well. Yeah. Awesome. All right. Thanks, Annie. All right.
You should absolutely go live, Annie Bear. Absolutely.
Oh, yeah, you should. Yeah. We'll go with This American Mutt next, please. Right. Owl sits on your shoulder. Well, that's awesome.
Yeah. All right.
If you've got it, Thomas, you can go.
Okay. before you use this American Nut, I've got mirror. It says reflect yourself. And then empower, trust your inner wisdom, and mountain, you are supported. So immediately what I think of is that picture of a mountain with a lake in front of it. And if you're reflecting yourself, you're reflecting that immovable strength that you have deep inside. And the mountain says that you're supported, and you're supported and reflected. So I think that magnifies your power. So whatever your shadow work is, maybe go opposite of what you're thinking for exploring it. Mirror work.
Sounds great.
Don't dredge up the past. Give yourself some affirmations, and look at yourself in the mirror and give yourself a heart to heart.
We can all use that now and again, can't we? Hershe?
So, American Mutt, I want to send you blessings, honey. You want to honor you in the most best way possible. A part of me believes in nothing more than the universe, and anybody that believes in that, you know, a piece of us might consider ourselves connected to Buddha or something, Hinduism, Jainism, Buddhism. What I want you to understand is you do see yourself as a temple, and that honoring system within yourself is something that is pure. And I do mean pure. It's not easily held by a lot of people. But I do want you to understand you got strength in reverse, you got sonnet in reverse, and you got choices in reverse. What I'm gathering from my team is that there is something that you need desperately to get out. It is almost detrimental to your growth forward without having to continuously keep going back through the same emotion over and over and over like a revolving door. So what I want you to do is I actually want you to find somebody, a counselor, a friend, a sister, a stranger, a shadow reader, somebody that understands a little bit about some ugly stuff. And you need to really find a way to find your best primal release and start working on some of that stuff in your subconscious, sweetheart, so that you can put your true self out there and represent it on the outside as well as you represent it on the inside. And that's what I got for you, honey.
Okay. There's a lot of people, I just want to say, I've done tapes on the shadow, and there's a lot of people who kind of have this fear of the word or the idea that they have to dig deep. But really, it's just a part of us that we need to uncover, work through, and then feel free from. So I have here that you have the strength to nurture your talents. So it lies within you, absolutely lies there. And you are ready and to evolve and grow. Oh, strength. All right, there you go. Yes, yeah. And so, you know, here's that person sort of sitting on the bed, kind of going through it, you know. So you pulled that card too, Thomas.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. So that's a double one. Wow. And what I'm getting also, oh, honey, much love to you. We don't want to hurt. We just want you to know that we love you. Yeah. You have so much growth potential inside, and it is just aching to get out. And so it is a way for you forward in order to do that, to do the work that you need to do in order to grow and evolve. As it says in the first one, use your strength and tap your potential. Yeah. Okay. So, yeah, I guess we lost Hershe. She'll probably be back soon. So
yeah, she has internet issues from time to time. The bandwidth goes out.
Yeah, mine used to do that too. She's coming. There you go.
I'm so sorry.
That's all right. Used to happen to me all the time. So
apologies.
Yep. I feel bad because she's crying, but you know,
oh my gosh,
recognition. You know, And Thomas and I pulled this one of the same cards, so it's like, yes, we have some
wow.
resonance here. Yeah.
Wow.
Anyway, all right.
Honey, reach out if you want to talk. I will love to listen.
There you go. All right, Lottie would love a reading. Lottie B, with the rainbow on your. That's wonderful. In a good way. Okay, honey. That's good.
Do you want me to start, Hershe?
You can, honey.
Okay. First of all, Lottie, I got step. Don't be afraid to move and change. Sometimes we get stuck in our old ways and we lie in that complacency and comfort area, and we may even develop a fear to move forward. Next card is Infinity. Preserve your power. So as you walk forward and step out, have that same power of conviction in yourself. And the final card is Consent. Know your boundaries. People, if you let people get in your way or allow them to be in your head, don't let them live rent free. State your boundaries, or state when somebody has crossed your boundaries, and don't be afraid to step away and show that infinite power that you have.
Wonderful. Go ahead, Hershe.
So I got consent. There is a strong boundary line for you, and you don't allow it to be crossed, and that is totally commendable and respectful.
Mm-hmm.
The way that you give, the way that you receive, you also give out. You pay it forward. So that is really good. When I'm looking at your mind, you're logically thinking about everything, but there is something in your heart subconsciously. It's deep embedded. It's not like and it kind of fell out sideways, and I don't know if I've ever read for you, but sideways for me as a shadow reader lets me know that this is personally your subconscious. This isn't like something that you carry for somebody else. This is actually something for you. And there is this mountain that you have been climbing for far too long, and it's time for you to figure out what it is that's actually stopping you when you get almost to the tip, and then you take one step forward and two back. Now you're back on that routine again, and that cycle, that mentality. There is a trigger, and if you find out what that is, I guarantee you it will completely launch you over that mountain, and it will permanently be behind you, and you won't have to keep carrying it with you, sweetheart. So figure out what that trigger is, because your boundaries are strong and you're logically thinking, so I know you can do this, and that's what I got for you.
Awesome. The other thing that everybody needs to realize too is that we all have these shadow sides. And sometimes we're just not aware of them. We all have something there.
Absolutely.
So I have surrender, let go, trust, and expand. Look at that. It's just amazing. So they want you to do that for whatever it is that you need to expand with. I got the wayfarer, contemplation, searching for the truth. Make sure that you always follow your inner guidance. These pictures are kind of creepy, but they're really,
I think they're wonderful.
they're pretty cool. They're pretty cool. Finally, you got the cross swords, which are choices, searching for purpose, and daydreaming. You don't ever have to give up daydreaming. Daydreaming is something we all need to do. We're always searching. And if we stop searching, actually, it isn't really a good thing, because we're not keeping ourselves open to all possibility and whatever it is that's waiting for us to discover. So there you go, Lottie. Thank you.
My heart raced literally when you said that. Like, I was like, oh my God, my heart's racing.
Yeah. All right. Michelle Krantz would like to have a reading as well. All right. Yeah, Leah, they're a little bit different, aren't they? They're different types of cards.
I think they're wonderful. I'm over here going, ooh, that's a beautiful thing.
Drooling.
I am literally like, ooh, that's that. That's kind of party. Ooh.
Who wants to go? Thomas, you ready?
Just remember when you do your shadow work, we've all got that inner child that hurts, and some things will be sucky about it. Just remembering those points in life that were hurtful, but remember you've moved past that child, but you developed protection mechanisms to serve you while you were there, and now that you're older, they're not serving you. They're more reactionary than addressing. So the quicker you get into your shadow work and accomplish it, the better quality of life from that point on goes forward.
Mm-hmm.
And I had to have one of the most sucky years for me, 2018. Tower after tower after tower after tower after tower.
Yep.
Before it got me out of the bottom of a pitcher of beer.
I get it. Oh, thanks, Thomas. That's beautiful. Yep, very nice.
Okay, so for Michelle, I've got rescue. Help another to help yourself. So when we reach out to others and offer them a hand and guidance, most often it comes back to us when we weren't expecting anything in return. And the next card is evolve. It's okay to grow. One way to grow is to change a location, change a situation, change a career. All of those are very hard things to do and put a lot of stress on minds and bodies, but they can be dealt with. And your last card, Michelle, is dream. Life can be a dream come true. So never forget dreaming. Daydream. Imagine in your mind's eye. Hear in your head and your heart.
Beautiful. All right. Hershe?
Well, okay. All right. So first I want to say that people that wear masks don't always understand or even realize that they're wearing one. When I'm drawing your cards and they're saying stop, and I'm stopping and I'm stopping and I'm getting the cards that I got for you, I wish I could say that this was for somebody active in your life, honey, but mask fell out sideways. So there is something that you are hiding about yourself to the entire world. I don't know if it's because of family, friends, feeling like you're your own worst enemy because you're not allowing yourself to express this part of you, but there is something that wants to come out and be revealed so desperately within you, and because you just are not sure if that part of you will be accepted, you wear a mask around people, except for when you're home. You might take it off and be able to be your true authentic self. But what I would love to see you do is work with some journaling and start picking a path between your conscious and your subconscious, and allowing a bridge sort of to be built so that you can make that connection, and then you can throw that mask away and you won't have to worry about hiding who you truly are or wearing a mask around people because you think they won't accept you, because they probably will. They don't realize that you're wearing it either because they're not getting a chance to know the real you. So do some journaling, create that path, get that subconscious work started, and you will just evolve into something unbeknown to you right now. But what you're going to become is something like never before. So
You
let's
know,
start some shadow work.
yeah, I think that those of us who were beginning to become empowered before the all the mess that started in 2016 in the country, where you sort of had to hide who you were because you couldn't trust that other people
Absolutely.
would
Oh no,
be okay.
no!
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
I was
yeah.
one. I have to put my hand up.
Uh-huh.
I had to do it too. I had to hide who I
Yeah,
really was.
yeah. Yeah, it's awful. I was thinking of that today when I had a repairman at the house. I was thinking today, and it was fine. He just looked like he might not be, like like the same things I like, if you know what I mean.
Mm-hmm.
And then I thought it doesn't matter. It should never matter. It should never
Exactly.
matter. But I wouldn't.
Exactly.
So I have here that you might be growing individually with someone that you've been friends forever. And look, she's got her face covered. So there you
Oh
go.
my gosh.
Yeah. So it might be that you can't be your true self with somebody in your life. It could be because that's what that says. And they want you to empower yourself. You are the only one that can do it. You can trust your own inner vision and just trust yourself, empower yourself to be your authentic self. I like the journaling idea. I'm going to suggest if you have Oracle card deck, pull an Oracle card every day, write it down in the journal and what you think about that and how you might integrate that into your life. Finally, it says, lighten your load and let go. Just release. Thomas, I think you had this card too, didn't you, in your when you pulled them? Release whatever it is that you're holding back and you will feel so much lighter, honestly. Yeah. Hi, Jeff. Nice to see you. All right. Thank you, Michelle, very much. All right. So we have Rossi here, and Rossi has the identical kitty cat to you, Thomas.
Just more mature.
Just more mature. Yeah.
And Annie has one green eye and one brown eye.
Oh, how wonderful. Okay.
So I don't know if that's gonna stay or if her eyes are changing to their final color, but I hope it stays.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
Okay. That actually makes sense.
Rossi says hers is bossier. Hi, Terry.
I don't know that little Mew can be insistent.
All right. You ready, Thomas, for Rossi?
Okay, for Rossi, I've got mirror, reflect yourself. So what you want to project, what other good qualities do you see in other people, reflect them back, and empower them as well as yourself by doing that. Victorious, it's good to ask for help. So going it alone sometimes avoids a lot of drama, but big projects need to have the task split up and assigned to those who best can handle that specific part of the task. And pure, honor your temple. So your body is your temple. So do the good things for it, like drink water, as Hershe was urging me to do. After I had 2 flu shots yesterday, I was feeling very puny, and
oh no!
today I need to feel rehydrated because it was not pretty.
Yeah. Well, asking for help is hard. She says asking for help is hard for you. You aren't alone, Rossi. You aren't alone with that. That is something you have to work for.
There's an amount of pride sometimes that goes with asking for help.
Yeah. Okay, go ahead, Hershe.
So I actually do see a few things, Rossi. First, I want to start off by saying congratulations. You are finding a community, a team, or just at least one person that you are really relatable to. You have the collective card. The collective card doesn't always mean three or more, it could literally just mean the collective minds together. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to have three or more. You can literally just be you and one other person, or it can be, as they say, me, myself, and I. I have learned to find all of me within me. So subconsciously, that's kind of where I want you to listen to me at, because I want to tell you that if you don't get real comfortable with your own ghost about something in the, it feels very old, but I'm not going to say like ancient or ancestral. It's definitely for you, but there is something, and the ghost card fell out sideways. So the ghost card is about learning to communicate with your own ghost. It's not about actually talking to ghost. You deep dive this, and it's more about your skeletons in the closet. Yeah, get kind of familiar with them because they don't actually go anywhere.
I got the
So
same one. Yep.
yeah, and mine fell out sideways. So for me,
Okay.
I'm
Yep.
pretty comfortable that I've read for you before, Rossi. So you understand shadow read sideways means you, not
Mm-hmm.
brother, mother, son, child, daughter, whatever. No, you
Right.
specifically. I need you to understand. And this is something you have been dealing with for a long time. Infinity doesn't show up unless it has been there for a long time, like your whole life. Like this is something that maybe was even forced thought. It's not
Mm-hmm.
even your genuine feeling, but because you grew up in this forced thought of someone else's, you don't understand it. You don't realize that it's okay to pull my skeletons out and say, hey, how you doing? I haven't seen you in forever. You don't have to go get a beer. You don't have to reminisce and stay in nostalgia. You just need to start healing it and letting it get some air and blow away. You know, some of
Recognize
it
it's
will even
there.
blow away.
Yep.
So that will
Very
give you a lot of empowerment, and you will want to do more of it. So I say dig in, dive in, and let's do some shadow work. So
excellent.
get comfortable
Excellent.
with yourself, babe.
Well, yeah, I agree. I mean, the first card I pulled was Ghost, and it says, communicate with your higher self, your guides, your shadow side. Be brave. Don't self-sabotage. Don't say, "Oh, I'm not able to do this. I'm not." And so there you go. You said you hesitate to ask for help. It's hard for you. That's
Yes.
something you got to work on because we
Yep.
all need help, honey.
Yep.
Do you
Absolutely.
also find it hard to answer people who need help? I'm sure you say, "Oh, I'll help you." You're right there with them. So you can honor yourself by asking for it as well and receiving it. Finally, it says, whatever decision that you're wanting to make, whatever choice that comes your way,
Ooh,
it will be
yeah.
the correct one. It will be the one that you need most at the time that you're trying to make that choice. So trust yourself and trust your choices.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Okay. You're not sure what it is. All right. Well, that's okay. You don't have to know everything today. That's for sure. Yep.
Yep.
All
That's
right.
the best part of subconscious is it's back
That's
there. It's
true.
been back there for so long we don't know it's back there.
We don't know it's there. That's right.
We just know we got things that are triggering us and we haven't figured out what the actual trigger is. We've got words and thoughts and emotions and we say everything's mad, anger, or rage, and it might
Yep.
not. It might be abandonment. It might be orphaned. It may be victim. It may have a whole different name
That's very
and
true.
everything.
Yep.
Okay, for
All right.
Sonia,
So we have Sonia. Yep.
I have fly. Be free to know that you are loved.
Oh. Wow.
And once you know that you're loved, you can fly to higher and soar to higher and higher things.
Mm-hmm.
Hershey and I watch the hawks out.
Mm-hmm.
We have red-tailed hawks here in Houston, and Hershey's got some other kind of hawk there in Missouri. But we always turn the camera up and watch the hawks circle.
That's nice. Yeah.
The next card, Sonia, is masked. Honor your authenticity. So don't wear a false mask. Unmask yourself if you're playing a role. be your authentic self. And then the last card I have is shine, make yourself seen. So do the unmasking.
Mm-hmm.
So, first card I got was FOMO. FOMO for me is about literally cleansing and like clearing the caches on your computer or your phone. For me, FOMO is letting me know that you have got a high vibe going on and you need to bring it to a neutral place.
Mm-hmm.
Fear of missing out goes so much deeper than, oh my God, deck envy or oh my God, book envy, right? We have
Yeah.
it for every part of our life. And for that to be your first card for me in a shadow check in your mind, there is something going on that has you constantly feeling like you're missing out on something. The reason I say something is because even the letting go is sideways. Sideways on letting
Oh,
go with
wow.
not being
Okay.
able to actually let go and leave it there. Pulling it back in is literally not doing you a bit of good. It doesn't do any of us any good. We literally always do this to ourselves. So this being sideways, also along with dream, could tell me that if you're not suffering from maybe nightmares or night terrors or even just some pretty nasty imaging when you're in your subconscious, it could be the reason that you don't want no part of your subconscious is because of what's in there that could not, could be the reason that you're running from it. So what I want you to do is I want you to dive in and I want you to learn to let it go this time. But when you write it out or you break a dish or you primal scream, however you let it go, make sure that you burn it, ashes, blow them away. Don't ever let them ever come within reach of you again. And I promise you, it will get easier. And all of that you think you're missing out of, you'll find that you were actually living a wonderful life. You just didn't focus on what you had in front of you at all times.
And we all have a tendency to do that too.
Absolutely guilty, very guilty.
Very guilty. Well, all the words you said showed up in my cards. So I get surrender, and that's exactly what you said for her to do. It says to let go and trust and expand. So it's finding that place. But I love this one. Look at this one. The rider comes in. The rider says movement and quick decisions. So once you surrender, oh my God, it comes flying in for you. There's no stopping this horse. Yeah.
That's wonderful.
And what is it going to bring in? It's going to bring in higher self, fertility, and creativity. It's the conjurer. And so you will be able to do more with your gifts than you probably ever imagined you would. Yeah. Wow. Wow. And this is the time to do it, everybody. We're just the 5D, and the veil is very thin. It's that time of year. And last night on the show that I had with Carolyn Booker, she said she saw souls, just a whole bunch of souls. She had a vision leaving the earth that had been kept back from either they didn't know they were dead or they didn't know, that they could move forward or whatever. And she said they were all over the world, and some of them were holding hands that had been tied to the earth too long. So we have to do that too. We have to surrender. We don't have to die to surrender, but we have to surrender. So
absolutely.
Oh, you're welcome, American Mutt. Thank you, dear. All right. So we have a light worker. Wonderful.
Okay. A light worker. First card is reveal. Express the real you. So let your essence shine to everybody. Be your true self. Let people read you for face value. Don't hold anything back. The next card is born. Every day is a new opportunity. And I call that the Scarlett O'Hara thinking. I can't think about that today. I'll think about that tomorrow. After all, tomorrow's another day. Let me deal with this let me deal with this task and let me stay on task and not be blindsided by other stuff that comes in with it. Is like, keep your focus.
Uh-huh.
And your last card is cocoon.
Ooh.
Consider your source. So
Mhm.
the caterpillar or the worm, cocoons itself up and goes through that metamorphosis process. And when you emerge, you're totally something different than you were before. So that's a very, very much an epiphany for people who didn't think they could change, but can change on a very basic level.
Make
Everything
a
that they
difference.
thought that they couldn't do,
Mhm.
once that challenge comes up, they rise to the challenge and realize that they can be somebody else's hero or their own hero.
So I heard Sheryl Crow singing, "Every day is a winding road."
I could see
All right,
that.
Hershe, it's your turn, dear. Yeah.
So the last thing I like to say to anybody is that you've got some shadow work ahead of you. But honey, you've got some shadow work, but at least you're not hiding it. You're open and you're honest about it. Do you see how the reveal, you can't see her face, her back is turned. She wants everybody to know that she has wings, but she's not ready to put the wings and the face together yet, right? She's working on that though. All of these were upright, they weren't sideways, but they are absolutely shadow triggers and traumas that we all do. I am 2 hands up. I'm guilty of all of this. Solace. Comfort is coming. You can't see her face. The wind's blowing, covering her face. You can't see her face. She's out in the wind. She's feeling it. She's embracing it. She's ready for it, but yet she's not open for it yet because she's still working on it. So another time that I'm seeing you're doing the work, you're putting this effort in, you're doing what it requires. And in your hands, I got shine. And once again, if you notice, no face. There's no facial expressions. They're not ready to let you know, but yet she's showing her light off, right? Hey, I'm nothing but light, but I'm not ready for you to put 2 and 2 together yet. Once you do and you are ready to literally put 1 and 1 together and make that 2 be a fellowship, you are going to be a beacon to not only yourself, but to each and every person that is lost somewhere and can see your light. Keep doing what you're doing, sweetheart.
Yeah. Wow. So I got the flow. Definitely stay in the flow. Moving on, finding peace. And that's exactly what your goal is to do. So there's your goal first that shows up. The second is conflict, competition, or oppressors may be driving you crazy. They do me. I mean, when I have a somebody that's all over me like a rash, and I'm not interested in having a fight with them or trying to battle something out, the oppressor. So this is the beast they call the oppressor, and sometimes it can be us. We can be our own oppressor at times. Finally, I get your fate is your alignment, your decisive moments, and the opportunistic events that will come your way. I love this. I know it looks like the Grim Reaper, but actually it's really more about alignment and finding your true purpose. And I believe that's where you're headed, definitely from the flow. So beautiful. Thank you. Hi, Jan. All right. Thanks, a light worker. All right. So we have Leah, and she would like all right, I'll read from my new deck for you, Leah. Yep. Let me tell you who's on the list here. We only got a little bit of time left, so I can't take any new people. I'm so sorry. We have, after this, we have Froxy, Mary, Sin, and Mousy. Okay? Yeah.
I'm actually ready.
Okay, Thomas. Yep. Jump in, boy.
Go ahead, Hershe.
Okay. So, I have a lot of respect for anybody's first card that pops up as brave. This is somebody that understands that courage, bravery, and stupidity are all three the exact same damn thing. You just have the courage to do it, and you're brave enough to own that you did it. Right, wrong, or indifferent absolutely doesn't matter. The fact that you did it, you held your bravery. There is so much growth when it comes to that being your head card. There is something in your heart, though, that is bothering you. Your mask is there and it's in full effect. There is something in your heart that either you don't want to believe, you don't want to accept, or you literally don't want it. You're not ready for it. So don't completely remove the mask yet because you're not ready to embrace it in your life. And I say that because you are literally driving yourself batshit crazy trying to decide if it's worth a part of being in your life, whatever this is that's in your heart. So walk away from it for a while because, like they say, when you set a bird free, if it comes back to you, it's meant to be. Walk away from whatever this is that's heavy on your heart. I hope it's not a person, but if it is, desperately walk away. Even if it's just 10 minutes to breathe, whatever you got to do it for yourself. Start working on that heart and start working on that shadow work within your heart and stop driving you crazy about decisions and learn to trust that your gut and your heart will always lead you in the right direction. And that's what I got for you, sweetheart.
Awesome.
For you, Leah, I have let go, lighten your load. You don't have to carry everything for yourself and all those around you. If you're at work, hopefully that you can have your team, empower your team and assign them tasks that they're good at. Just make sure that you do the assessment and know what your helpers are good at. Magic. You are blessed. So we all have blessings, but with magic, you are totally blessed. And you have the power to manifest and to make your wishes and desires come true. And then we have empower. Trust your inner wisdom. If you got to trust yourself emphatically. You can't. You got to let those doubts go, banish them, because you are what you think. And if you think that you're anything less than 100% success, well, then things are bound to fail for you. So just have conviction in yourself.
Yes, Lisa, you're right. These readings are the kind you can you can apply to others. Absolutely. All right. So, Leah, I have that you are going to uncover, and I thought, well, this is the question she had about channeling because she wants to learn how to channel. Excuse me. Or she wants to uncover how to do that. And so it's going to take a little bit of time. It's going to come from you. It's a spontaneous thing, but you have to start by meditating. And that's exactly the position that this character is in, even though it's a skeleton. It says nostalgia, sentimentality, and memory. So you probably have channeled in the past in other lives. And I think you're going to be able to do that when you uncover how to do that. Finally, I get that fate will step in. You'll have opportunities and you'll have an alignment, and there'll be decisive moments. You may have to take a class or find somebody to help you, but that's going to happen for you as well. And finally, the last card I get is shelter, which I absolutely love because one of the things we need food and we need shelter, right? It says spiritual growth, accountability, and healing will come your way. And a lot of it has to do with just being here and being part of this community. I think it opens up a lot of us, and we get a little bit of information from each person that's here, and it just collectively brings us into the whole being. So yeah.
Absolutely.
So thank you so much. Thanks, Leah. We have Roxy.
Okay, for Roxy, I have unseen.
Ooh.
Trust your growing potential. So a lot of the tree's strength is unseen. It is the ground. It's in the ground, in the roots. And that's where you're supported. The next card is brave. Don't self-sabotage. Again, be very convinced of your own convictions. And mountains, you are supported, just like that tree, that unseen. The potential of the acorn gets buried or put under the leaves and germinates. And first it puts down that taproot to support itself. And then it grows to get the chlorophyll and have leaves. So that's what I have for you, Foxy.
I'm glad I get to piggyback that. Look, I want to tell you something. I don't always get great reads when I'm checking people's subconscious. Sometimes it's the hardest thing that I have to do, but I get the benefit of reading something like this when I get to share it with you, you know who you are. You literally, you know who you are. You don't question you. All of you, both sides of you, the inner you, the outer you, the you haven't met yet because tomorrow hasn't happened. You know you're going to honor that you too. How do I know that? Because you know you are a blessing. You don't have to put a lot of you out there because you take you with you everywhere you go. And in your head, you know, I am a blessing. So I'm going to be able to be a blessing with other people, like-minded individuals. And it looks like that's what your circle actually is, your immediate tight circle. You understand, you blush all the time because you know that hope and love are endlessly unconditional, and you respect that about yourself first, and then you put it out there again because you carry you with you everywhere you go. So listen to yourself, continue doing what you're doing, and understand that whatever it is, you have no problem with letting it go and leaving it over there. This time, with it being in reverse, I'm loving it because it is so strong, and there's a lot of strength, and there is a strong foundation, because when you let something go, you're done with it. It's not coming back. You don't have time, and it is not going to be able to afford the rent that you charge people for your head and your home. So keep doing what you're doing.
Yeah.
Hand claps, sweetheart.
Foxy is a wonderful poetress, and she said she kept thinking about a poem about a tree and the roots. Yeah. Oh, and so look at that. Yeah.
There you go.
So
root worker approved.
Root worker approved. I got solace, and so there's nothing more beautiful than feeling like comfort is coming and you have solace. And I think you've reached that point in your life where you reach for the solace of the day. Consent. I don't think you have a boundary issue, but just remember that might be something that you have to watch for. Finally, it says, dream your dreams. Oh, you got it too. Know your boundaries. Yeah. I got dream a little dream. Mm-hmm. Isn't it great? I love that. I think of Mama Cass, dream a little dream of me. Life can be a dream come true, Foxy. We don't have to have, when we live simply, it can be more beautiful sometimes than when we live with opulence or other things in our lives. And you know what? You are a beautiful poet, so you already recognize those things. Thank you, my dear. All right, so we got 3 left. We have Mary Thornberry, and I love this. I would like a shadow read. I need a kick in the arse, Hershe, so I'm ready for your advice.
Well, already, let's see if that arse is ready for me. Apparently so.
Tough bootstrap love. Okay, for Mary, I've got the step. Don't be afraid to move and change. Yeah, don't be comfortable. Just stand where you're at. Yearn for something more. Bats. You are driving yourself crazy. And that happens to me all the time. I sit and think and think and think, and then I can't sleep at night because I've got the bats flying around. And the final card for you, Mary, is FOMO. Clear your vibes. So to get the bats out of the head, you have to meditate and clear and just be of nothing for a bit. The hardest thing to do is for me to bring it back to the center and nothingness.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what I have for you, Mary.
Excellent.
Okay, well, let's see how this goes. So first, I want to say that for the most part, I feel like you honor yourself, but you also are I don't want to say kept like a kept person, but maybe you shove your emotions in your pocket sometimes and you keep yourself a little too private when it comes to wanting to learn how to truly be a minimalist, or there's just something you're always holding back from yourself while you're lightening that load, and you need to really get all of the lint out of your pockets, and all of the lint and all of the emotion and all of the stress. There is something that you cannot get right. And the natural card, the greening card, is about being a natural at something. Like, it just comes to you like it like the back of your hand. Being that it was sideways lets me know that it directly affects you, but it is something that you do naturally. It's just second nature to you. You might not even realize that you're doing it. There's something that you need a deeper understanding about when it comes to it, because this fell out. So in your head, what you're working with and what you're going on is purely the meaning of something that you just don't have the entire for. Like, you've got the top part of the Webster's dictionary, but now you need to go in and you need to get like the part where it says see more. You actually need to click that button and find out what the rest of that is and deep dive what it is that you're actually missing. And then once you got it, you're going to be stepping into, like, say, stepping on the bad side, you're going to be stepping into that shadow side, and you're literally going to be sweeping your corners before you know what's going on. And you're going to be like, oh man, I've carried that for far too long. Let that go. It's not going to be hard for you, but it is something that you're not actually seeing for yourself. But as soon as you get in there and dive around and move some things around, you're going to see it, and you're going to be able to clean it up really easy. And that's what I got for you, sweetheart.
Thomas, did you go? No. Yes, you did go.
Yep.
I'm sorry. Just call me Ditzy. All right. So I get flight, Mary. Are you looking into an opportunity or a new venture? It could be very prosperous for you. So don't delay. It looks like you need to make a decision, because the next card is a decision card, balancing decisions and adapting to change. So I think you do have to do that. Look at, there's a little wolf there that's trying to, I think that's Happy. She has a dog named Happy. Okay. Finally, once you do all this stuff, Mary, higher self, fertility, and creativity. And didn't you say, Hershe, that she has she likes to have a green thumb? Isn't that what you said?
Yep.
Yeah. And she does. She does. She lives. She has a, like, I don't know if it's a farm, but it's fairly big piece of property, and she works.
Yeah, I don't want to say like plate to, or like pasture to plate kind of thing, but it felt like she lives amongst nature and self-sustainable kind of situation vibe is what I got.
Yes, absolutely. You hit it right on the head. Yeah. So look at, once you get past making this decision, Mary, which is a good decision, it looks like, but it's up to you, not me, then you will be in the right place at the right time. All right. Yeah, you have 22 acres. Yes, that's right.
Oh, wow. That's beautiful.
Yeah,
That sounds wonderful.
I know. Isn't that wonderful? All right. Thanks, Mary. All right. So, Queen Ager Sin would love a shadow reading. She was diagnosed with breast cancer. She's studying the spiritual aspects, so she knows this isn't a doctor's. And I believe that Sin is a nurse. I'm not 100% sure, but I think you are, Sin. She says it did get caught in stage 1, so that's beneficial. So I'm going to just read this to you, Sin. I don't know if you have it. I love this book, You Can Heal Your Life by Louise Hay. And I'm going to pull cards for you too, but it says here that breast cancer represents mothering and nurturing and nourishment. So you are not nurturing and nourishing yourself, because and cancer is deep hurt, long-standing resentment, grief, or a secret eating away at the self. And so, again, take it for what you feel is important to you. But I always pull this out for whatever ails me or my family, and we take a look at it spiritually that way. All right. I'll shut up and let you guys read. Go ahead.
Okay, for Sin, I've got solace. Comfort is coming. And then Ghost. Commune with your guides. Don't be a ghost from your own ghosts. Ask them to come into your life. We have our guides are not here to interfere with our free will, but we have to invite them in to give them purpose and give them a job. And then the final card is blush. Love is blooming. So I don't know if that's love of yourself, love of your essence. Sometimes we have to accept all of us, warts and all.
Yeah. Who is
And
that?
that's what I have for you, Sin.
Thanks, Tom.
So I actually got those too. So consciously, you heard what he just said. So I'm going to tell you something subconsciously about this card as well. Like I said for, a few reads ago, this is about pulling them damn skeletons out of the closet. Even if you don't address them, get them out. Let the wind carry what it will, just like the wind carries dead leaves that fall off a tree branch, right? You don't always see them. Sometimes they get carried away in the wind, and that will happen if you allow it. Just start pulling them out. Let them know time and place. I'll address you at Wednesday at 7. I'll address you Thursday at 4. It will automatically just start mentally getting lighter somehow. I actually don't know how it works. I just know it works. So what I want you to do is I want you to get real comfortable with figuring out how to get through the labyrinth so that you can get to your subconscious and really dive into it. Even if you don't start the work, dive in, pull it out, sweep the corners out, mop the floor, vacuum, clean that closet out, and then board it up. Board it all the way up. Don't even have it no more, because you don't need to carry that weight with you. Why do I say that? Because you have a partnership within yourself, and also I feel like you have a partnership with somebody that gets you. Like, it's not about what's on the outside, or it's not about what somebody else thought about it. It's literally about closing your eyes and knowing that this person gets you, the inner you, the true you, the real you, the naked you that is vulnerable, transparent, and very unconditionally able to love and honor yourself. There is a choice that you do have to make, though, sweetheart. This branch that's sitting here like a wishbone, it doesn't matter if you get the big end of the wishbone or the little end of the wishbone. The end that you get is the end. The universe wants you to know that was your destined choice, and it's absolutely the right one. So don't worry about choosing or wishing for the bigger half to make sure it comes true. the choice you make will be definitely for you, and it just might be the smaller one and easier to carry and a lot less to deal with in the long run. And that's what I got for you, sweetheart.
Wow, that's nice. So I pulled some cards for you as well, dear. I got the Blood Moon, which says illusion and uncertainty. And it could be that you have lived your life not realizing that you have not put yourself first, that you have not loved yourself enough, not invested enough in you. And it's very interesting that where the Cancer showed up was in the nurturing, the mothering, the caring area of your body. And so loving yourself, nurturing yourself is going to be key. You need to start saying how wonderful you are to yourself and believe it, because you are. Finally, it looks like if you can do that, you will find some contentment and prosper from this experience. Everything is an experience. It's us who determines whether it's a good or bad one. And I don't mean that this isn't, a problem. I certainly don't make light of it. But it is important to remember that we are given these life lessons for whatever reason in order to help us to learn and grow. And I just want to send you my heart and my love to you, and prayers your way for a speedy resolution for this. Yeah, absolutely. All right.
To piggyback off what Hershe said is, the older I get, the less I need. So don't rent a storage unit. You're only creating a financial burden and problems that will be harder and harder and harder to let go of after you invested thousands and thousands of dollars just to keep it, to not have it handy.
Yep, that's very true, Thomas. All right, our last read is from Miss Mousy. Thank you for putting up with us and waiting this long, Mousy. I am going to be on at 2:30 with my mediums, so that's why I had to make sure I was on time here today. I thank Hershe and Thomas for their wonderful readings today.
You're very, very, very welcome.
And go over to their channels, please, and like and subscribe. There you go.
So, Mousy, we start off with choice. Your decision will be correct. So don't sweat the small stuff, because you can see in black and white in every decision. Don't let your mind confuse and cloud your decision-making choices. And the next card is friends. Forever grow together individually. Remember, keep your friends close to you, but allow them space enough to grow their own way. And then mutual respect is they let you grow your own way. And we have a mutual ear listening to each other's heartfelt words. So sometimes we need to be heard, and that's all we need is I hear you. I'm not going to do anything for you, but I hear you. And then we've got greening. You are a natural. So connect with Mother Nature. Go out. Take your dog for a walk. Make sure you ground yourself every day. And that's what I have for you, Mousy.
Wonderful. Thank you, Thomas.
Hi, Mousy. So, first and foremost, in your head, so rescue is in reverse, right? Rescue isn't about rescuing yourself. In this incident, it's exactly about rescuing yourself, right? Because if this was upright, it would be telling me to tell you to pay it forward. Helping others helps you, right? It came out in reverse, and I was actually wondering why would the pay it forward card be in reverse? And then it dawns on me, it's all you're ever doing. Strength fell out sideways. That's all you know how to do, is to put your hand out. here's what I want you to do. I literally am going to tell you to do some shadow work and assign you with some homework. And if you really, really, really want to do this, I want you to write down 5 things that you think you don't like. Not know, think. And then I want you to focus on them 5 things you don't know about, because them are 5 things you don't know about yourself.
Oh, very nice. Okay.
You are going to find something, and you are going to go literally from pupa to purpose within yourself.
Wow.
Almost overnight. It is going to literally change your life. As a person that's always been able to do this for somebody else, let me tell you, do it for yourself from here on out, because that's where your strength is going to come from. And right now, you can't keep giving yourself out, or you're going to literally run out. So, honey, stop. Tell them you want them to eat, but not at your table. You want them to win and succeed, just not off your skirt tail. And you really, really do love them, but you love them at arm length away, because I need me more than you need me. And that's what I got for you, sweetheart. And I hope you find it.
That's just beautiful. That's just beautiful. Well, I got something very similar for you, Mousy. You are right in the midst of great big spiritual growth and healing. You are sheltering and learning all about what it is that you need to learn about. Just like Hershe, I mean, what Hershe said was very, very true. You have to love yourself first. And what I really love is the next one, which is the pack. I consider this to be the pack here. This is the pack. We're all in your pack. But it says inner work, deep connections, soul tribe. So know that you are not alone, even though we're all just virtual friends or virtual pack. We are here with you, and we are supportive of you, and we want you to succeed. And succeed you will. Once you balance your priorities and adapt to a new way of doing things, putting yourself first instead of others, you're going to be running with the pack. Look at that. It's awesome. Yeah. Wow. Thank you so much. Yes. Thank you, everybody. Thank you again, Thomas. Thank you, Hershe. Thank you for allowing us to do some shadow readings for you all today. I know, that's not always wonderful to have it dug up, but you all did well, and little lessons for you to take home and work on.
Absolutely.
And hopefully we'll be able to come back again another time, and you can check in with the shadow readers. Thank you very much. All right. Have a good day, everybody.
Thanks,
bye, guys.